Yo.
What's up, y'all?
What up?
Yo, welcome, my boys. It is time. The time that everybody was waiting for. Fantasy football playoffs.
Playoff time, baby.
Playoffs?
So
Can
got-
we introduce ourselves with our records and where we hold ourselves in this league right now?
That's embarrassing, Chris. That's embarrassing.
Thank you, Jay. 'cause
We're not doing that.
I'm glad.
Because people in
at
first
least-
place, they want to say I'm 7-3, elite. Come on, bro. If you want to do it, I'll do it.
All right, go ahead first, Dan. Introduce you
So,
and your team.
Daniel, I had the 2 squad. We were 7-6. These guys right before I hit record said that I should be winning comeback player of the year since I started 0-5 and finished 7-1 for the rest of the year. Shout out to Ethan for Chris Carson, by the way. Yeah, that was my situation right there. We'll let Kenny go next because Kenny was one of those people.
My team was Ken Y. Mine's is 5-8 starting the season, 5-1 or 5 and something. I think it was 4-1, and then ended up with a 6-game losing streak. Still made the playoffs. Thank God.
Which you're still on that 6-game losing streak, correct?
I'm still on that, yeah, because somebody, not saying who, gave me that last loss of the regular season in this fantasy league. I wonder who.
He happened to lose to back-to-back 2 people in this call right now, but it is what it is.
It's all right. So I guess since y'all just gonna throw me on the bus, I'll go. So I'm Wolf of Killer Street, 10-3, first place, top of the league. You know what I'm saying? Talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? Almost in the 1,800 points. But I lost to 3 people. I lost to 3 people. I lost to Jay, Kenny, and Marcos.
Yo, how much did you lose against me?
How much was against me?
0.76. Yo, I lost to Jay by a lot. No cap. I think I lost to Jay by I lost to Jay by 13 points. You're all right.
That's a lot.
That is a lot, bro.
All right.
That's a lot of fantasy.
That's like if
72.
If each one of those players puts up 1 or 2 points more, it's a close game, all right?
It didn't happen, though.
But it didn't happen. So either way, I'm 10-3. So what's good?
And then the 4-9 bracket, the 2 people looking from the outside in. I'm sorry to say it like that, but
damn, he introduced y'all like that. Like that's disrespectful. So
Yeah.
he said
bro,
the amount of respect.
I started 0-5. I'm gonna talk about shit. I came back.
Me and Jay don't want to talk about it. All right, we gotta just say that we had a bad season, and we're gonna come back next season and we'll take first and second.
And y'all
all right, I go. I'm Jason. My team was 2020 Goats. It didn't happen that way. We was 2020 Donkeys. I went 4-9. It was just bad. All the trades that I made, I should have just actually made it, and it didn't work out. What I have to say. I'm not playing next year, so don't ask me.
Yes, you are. You got first dibs. Everybody who's in this league gets first dibs. Like I told you, what happened with you guys was you had Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey barely played this season. And Ethan had Joe Mixon, Chris Carson, and Odell. Odell tore his ACL early.
I had George Kittle.
Oh, yeah. That's another one I forgot about, too.
Josh Allen. I had pieces.
Bro, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. This has been the year of the pickup. The only reason I'm 10-3, you look at my squad. My squad is not dangerous at all. Not dangerous at all. Not dangerous. But them pickups, them ads on a week-to-week basis, that's the only reason I'm 10-3.
You know what it is with you, Chris? You had players that were consistent throughout the year. If it was either the second wide receiver, if it was the second running back, they were consistently giving you either double points. And if you needed those like single points, like 8 points, they gave you consistent points throughout the season. That's why you got the position you got.
I felt like a lot of people in this league rode with names. Like, oh, I got this guy, I got this guy. But they don't show up. They don't show up, and they give you 3 points, and then you were upset because you lost.
But Kenny fell into that bracket of injuries too, because he had Eckler who was hurt, and he had Michael Thomas. You don't drop Michael Thomas.
No, you don't drop Michael Thomas. But I'm saying, like, if you got long-term injuries, bro, like you can't leave him on your roster, like. But just questionable for 6 weeks at a time.
With me, the only 2 major injuries I had throughout the season was MT and Eckler. MT, he was being, sorry for my French, he was being a little fucking bitch. I'm going to say, plain and simple, he was being a little bitch about his injury. Then when he came back, he slowly came back. And then when he started playing with with Taysom Hill, like that's when he started showing like, all right, he is the slant machine. With Eckler, hamstring is a difficult injury, but I kept Eckler just because I was like, all right, I'm gonna make the playoffs. He's gonna be back by playoff time. And then my running backs, like I'll pick up a running back somewhere I can get a running back. The only person that really messed me up the last 2 to 3 weeks was Swift from Detroit. He's been on the injury list like the entire season. And Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay bombed. Like I was just like, dude.
Yeah.
So
And
real.
the one
Nah, you good.
inconsistent thing that kind of messed me up was the inconsistency of Russell's play the last 3 games with anybody, because I have Russell as my quarterback and I have DK as my wide receiver. So I know like whoever they're gonna go at it both.
It was a flip flop too to make it worse. Like one week with Tyler Lockett, the other week with DK Metcalf.
Exactly. So it was just like, all right, I just need you to throw to him like 5 times for 100 yards. That's it. That's 15 points. All I need is 15 points.
Okay, I understand that.
You get what I'm saying, right?
But I'm gonna give you guys just how can you say a review of my drops for this year. So like I'm looking at the first couple weeks drop. I dropped Leonard Fournette, Malcolm Mack. Well, obviously Marlon Mack was hurt for the rest of the year. Alan Lazard, Joe Burrow, which Joe Burrow ended up getting hurt now. But Malcolm Brown, like these are all low key big names that people were coming on and off the first like at the end of the year they were adding onto their rosters or holding onto. Like I know Alan Lazard had gotten hurt and he was on John's roster for like a minute, taking up a spot, and that's what hurts you. Like just put somebody in that just fucking is gonna play, bro.
Well, the problem is that
what do you need to hold these people for? Like,
look at Julio. Look at Julio in my situation, right? He's trying to put hurt. Then next week he's out, and then I'm like, all right, cool. So you don't want to go on the IR, but now you're taking up a roster spot, and I'm not dropping Julio Jones.
Yeah,
so
that's
now
the
I'm
thing.
stuck in that scenario. We're now starting fucking like John Brown in my flex, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm like. I'm gonna have to because that's my best bet, and I'm not dropping Julio, and I don't want to trade him because I know what
he's like me. True. I didn't want to give up Chris McCaffrey because like I felt he could come back. He came back. Then we had to do it. Then it's like he got injured again. It's like,
bro, and now he's injured again.
So it's like I went at the situation and then everybody just wanted Kettle. Give me Kettle. No, leave Kettle alone.
Well, I guess in CMC's situation, that's different because like players like that you can put in the IR and that really doesn't matter. But I'm talking about those guys that are like in your flex, the 2 spot that like really just you're holding on to them just because of like whatever
sentimental like things. You were like, I need to have him. Need to still have him.
Yeah, like this guy's like he's gonna show up. He's gonna show up.
My flex players did me great every year, every week.
Who was your flex?
Rodney Anderson. I didn't have him change him at all. He stayed there the whole season.
Damn, that's a solid flex. Season. I would say that's a pretty big sleeper too.
He was. I didn't expect him to be the main guy for Panthers, but he held it down for a long time.
Yeah.
So now that Jay said that, who was that one player that y'all look back and say like, damn, yo, thank God I drafted this dude, and thank God like I didn't have to really do much because Jay just said Robbie Anderson. Ethan, you want to start?
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, of course. That man was a monster all season. He got hurt for 2 weeks, but other than that 40-point game and that 38-point game, that man was too consistent.
That's a fact.
So I think trade him.
But I just needed more pieces because Odell got hurt, Mixon got hurt, Chris Carson was hurt, so I just needed more pieces. I needed D-Hop, I needed Tyler Lockett.
So it worked out.
Yeah. Well, it didn't. Really
well, it worked out. Keeping it out the roster.
It didn't really work out, but yeah. How about you, Kenny? What?
I think for me was it's between 2. It's definitely for me. Waller was my go-to player. I feel like he was consistent throughout the season. I think there was only 2 games he had that gave me either 4 to 8 points, but every week he was giving me a solid like at least 12, 14. Last week he gave me like 40 something. So that was the one player for me that I was like, oh damn, that's my boy. And then at a certain point it was DK, but the inconsistency for the last couple of weeks of Russell Wilson has been like, all right, Waller was my player for the year.
I mean, that connection between DK Metcalf and Russell Wilson was potentially what gave me the win against you when he had that drop in the end zone. So that solidified my playoff push right there.
That's disappointing there.
Literally, just look at that play. I'm in the playoffs right now.
Damn it.
Upsetting. Very upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying so hard to beat John this week, but it didn't happen.
John's team, I'm a little worried about playing this week, bro. But I'll get into that after Chris gives his person.
Well, mine's is pretty obvious, Devontae Adams. I mean, if I don't draft him, I don't win any games. So
Yeah, you didn't want to trade his ass.
that's a negative.
I mean, he did, but then he told everybody to get that against it.
Yeah, because
We
you
don't.
gotta give me the league.
Yeah, that would have been the league if you would have got that trade through. Because I ended
I
up,
just think about that.
Well, what trade again?
it was like Devontae Adams and somebody else
For Odell and Melvin Gordon.
for Odell and Melvin Gordon. Now thinking back at that, I was like, yo, why did I even accept that? Like that was.
I remember
That
John was.
trade, bro.
I remember John was sending me stupid trades. Like the amount of trades he was sending me throughout I would text Chris and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna send him this." I remember I sent him. Who did I send him?
Your defense for like.
I sent him the dumbest trades in the world. At the end of the day, I was like, I'm gonna be considerate. I'm gonna send him a good trade. I sent him Eckler, who was injured, and then I told him, I was like, I'll take Christian McCaffrey and I'll give you somebody else. I was gonna give him Jarvis Landry. This is the week before Odell got injured, mind you. And I was like, bro, in my head now thinking, it was like, if I would have taken that trade,
You would have been screwed.
I would have been screwed, and then he would have been perfect. At the end of the day, like what Chris said, you hold on to your players such a long time that you just at the end of the day you're fucked. You know?
And like I remember Kenny texting me on the side like, yo, why are you making trades? Why do you keep trying to trade? Like, hold on to your players. And in the back of my head, I'm like, fuck, I really should listen to him. I should stop fucking trading my players. Like,
because
You did it with James Robinson.
yeah, with James Robinson, I kind of really regret that trade.
And the thing, and I told him, I was like, yo, you're trading players that they're second tier players, but sometimes they'll have like that one-off game, like, you know, like they'll get like 1 point, then 2 points. I know in my other league, I picked up Christian Kirk from Arizona. I was like, I'm gonna pick him up just because I'm gonna pick him up. But the last couple of weeks has been trash. So the players that Chris was picking, I was just like, yo, like he was trading players that he didn't need. So he was trading away let's say for example, he was trading a running back for 2 wide receivers. I'm like, bro, you don't need a wide receiver. You need a running back.
And that was what Chris was trying to do with me. He was trying to give me wide receiver. I'm like, yo, I got Stephon Diggs, Allen Robinson, and Julio Jones, and Will Fuller at the time. What wide receiver do I need?
And then I told him, this was like, I think days before or a week before, I was like, he's like, yo, let me get James Conner. I was like, I need James Conner more than you do. Right? Because I only had 2 running backs and Eckler was on the IR. So it's like, I need James Conner. I was like, I'll give you Montgomery. He was like, all right, I'll give you this. And I was like, nah, Montgomery's he's the number 1 running back for the Bears. He's gonna be out for 1 week, then he goes in a bye week, then he comes back.
He came back pretty good.
He came back pretty good. And I told him, I was like, yo, give me Godwin. He's like, nah. I was like, give me Godwin. I'm gonna give you a reason why. Godwin, the amount of players that are on that team with Antonio Brown,
Mike
Evans, the amount of players, the amount of weapons, it's just the amount of spread he has right now. Like the players in Tampa, they'll give you a good solid double points, but at the end of the day, it was just like the fuck, you know. Yeah. So I told him, I was just like, give me Godwin for Montgomery. He's gonna give you more points than Godwin will. And then boom, it's benefited for him.
Yeah.
And it's been a bit benefited for me too, but like my other players been trash.
Yeah. Whoa, it's the trade man himself.
The trader, the trade master.
Robin Hood, that's gonna be his team name next year.
Robin Hood, for real.
John, them trades got me shook right now, dog. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm nervous as shit coming into this week.
Dude, I don't know, man. If Christian McCaffrey would stop being a big fat baby, then maybe I'll have a shot to do something. But it's just been sitting on my bench all year long. So I don't know. We'll see. But dude, Daniel, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, what happened to all of your players getting healthy all at the same time and now getting me really, really scared going into this game?
Bro, I told these guys, I'm like, yo, just let me trading Will Fuller for Chris Carson was probably the biggest steal of the year. I'm sorry, Ethan, but
Yeah.
I mean, man got suspended
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
He got a
Nothing I can do about it.
35-point game, and I'm like, damn, yo, this dude Julio's hurt. I should have kept it. Then I get the suspension notification. I'm like, oh, okay, word. So that Chris Carson and me picking up Kenyon Drake too when Eddie had to drop him because of the same thing Chris said. Why keep somebody that's hurt that's not producing too well? That definitely helped me out too. So hopefully Julio, and you're a Falcons fan, you know this. Hopefully he's not playing hurt, and I'm not getting 2 points out of him.
Yeah, man. I
Guys,
don't know. Like, I was
I
looking
have to
at
depart myself. I just want to say thank you for having me. Fuck y'all that's in the playoffs. I see you guys next year. I got to go be a dad. Finish up.
Yo,
Chris,
enjoy your
I
holidays,
hope you
bro.
lose the first round, Chris. Then you better take it home, all right?
Yo, Jay, enjoy your
Kenny.
holidays, bro.
You too. I think Kenny's going to win. Get rid of John first.
Nah,
That's
I need
it.
to get rid of my family over here, Chris. Then I'm good. Then I'm in the
Chris
clear.
is out the first round. Who's playing first round?
Me and
Wow,
him.
I'm out the first round. You got no faith in me?
My money's on Kenny. If Kenny wins, I don't know what to tell you, Chris.
Wow, no
We
faith
have
in
to
me.
put
No faith
money
in me.
on
All
that.
right.
Nah, that's
Yo.
because when we played flag football, Chris tried to take me out one time. I remember Chris. He dropped his shoulder and tried to take me out. If I didn't spin, he was like, yeah, you know it was over. I said, I know. Good luck, guys.
He's
All right,
holding
talk
a
to you later.
grudge.
Enjoy, man. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Take it
Merry
easy.
Christmas.
Yo, so
All right, John. Introduce yourself. Give your record. Where you hold right now. Where you feeling yourself in this league? How you feel like you're coming in this next week?
Okay. Well, my team's the runs like a girly team where Todd Gurley made a brief appearance, and then I traded him back to Chris for the guy I traded him for initially. So I don't have Todd Gurley on my team now. But I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good with where I stand. I made a trade with Ethan to get Dalvin Cook, and so,
fucking Ethan.
dude, Ethan, I feel really bad because I've been following Kareem Hunt, Miles Sanders, and Matt Ryan, everybody, and none of them have done squat for you since you got them from me. So I feel kind of guilty.
Only
They all,
D-Hop has, but I'll take
I mean, at least your players are giving a point opposed to Will Fuller, who is now
Completely
waivers.
suspended. Yeah.
yeah. So I feel pretty good with Dalvin Cook, and if McCaffrey can be healthy, and then James Robinson are the 3 red zone threats. Feel a little bit low on my receivers when I look at people like Julio and like some of the other guys around. Because I got Robert Woods and Calvin Ridley, and they're solid, but they're not like, I wouldn't consider them wide receiver 1, day in, day out type people. So I don't know, guys. It's gonna be. I really think I think the strongest team is either Kenny or Chris. I think those are the 2 strongest teams.
Yeah,
Y'all know who
Kenny's
you play
team.
this week.
The one thing about this week with my team. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. I just adjusted my team today, so of course I have Wilson. Wilson has been playing trash for God knows how long already.
But
That
so
game
has Murray for me though. So like we're both in the same boat.
But the thing is that with Murray, he's faced fairly good defense in the last couple of games. Like Rams defense is solid as hell.
Well, this week's gonna be the decider. Wilson's playing the Jets and Murray's playing the Giants. So
that's the thing. And as a Jet fan, I'm not gonna brag on my team because we're horrible. But they actually played pretty good against a good team that
the Raiders,
has good offense options. They have good weapons. So they played a good defense. They just blew up one play for them to go undefeated, to go on winless. I have Eckler going against Atlanta. Atlanta's run defense is fairly solid as well. Swift is kind of questionable. He should be back this week. He's going against Green Bay. I have MT, DK with
just
Wilson.
look at, you're just gonna skip over those 2 names like they're not like 2 of the best receivers in
MT
the
and
league
DK.
right now.
They're the most right now, the best wide receiver in the game right now. It has to go Devontae Adams, then Hopkins, then DK. Those are the top 3 wide receivers in the game. In the game, I mean, I think in the game right now, overall player, I have to pick those 3. They're 1, 2, and 3. Tyreek Hill, he's very fast. But yet again, look at the quarterback he has, bro. Patrick Mahomes. See, that's another MVP. That's another MVP season.
Yeah.
So then I have Waller, Landry. Like I called it from the beginning. Whoever I spoke to, I said his numbers are gonna come up once this guy got injured. Odell, and his numbers went up. I have Crosby, and then I have the Rams defense. Still on my bench is On my bench is Gordon and Godwin, so I'm debating in starting them instead of Landry. But yet again, I have Gordon against Carolina and then Godwin against Minnesota. So
Yo, Chris,
it'll have to be.
you better pray to God your players are on point, bro. That's all I would say, because
Yeah, you gotta win.
Yeah,
Big if you're gonna win. Like
yeah,
they all gotta have
if
this game of their lives.
this week I really need Jones to come out of his shell. These past couple weeks, he's been like literally like a turtle under his shell. Just you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'll come out. Nah, I ain't coming out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, bro. But I think the offense, I think Green Bay's been leaning into giving the ball more to Jamal Williams and stuff. So it's just taken away from Jones' carry, especially now that they're going into the playoffs.
Yeah,
It
I think they're
be,
trying to rest him a bit.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it may be a little bit of a L, at least in that aspect. So
and then coincidentally, to answer Ethan's question before, me and John are actually playing each other. So
So you
that's
got
gonna-
Kenny and Chris, you got Dan and John. Oh.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think me and John's matchup might be the highest scoring matchup of the week.
Dude, that's like the most even lineup I have seen in a very, very
Yeah.
long time. I mean, every single one. The only spot where I really think it's like a drastic difference is with tight ends because you have Kelsey.
can we, now that we're all together though, can we come to this conclusion though that that out of the four of us that are in the playoffs right now, one of us four is gonna win? Because I have no faith in Luke's team, no faith in Matt's team, no faith in Marcos' team, and no faith in Ed's team. Sorry, not sorry.
I think it is safe to say because
Yeah,
Maybe Luke, because Luke's team has been on a low key like spurt lately. But
well, Luke's team he has
Derrick
Henry and
Yeah.
AJ Brown.
yeah, so that's why I'm
Tannehill.
giving it to him. And maybe Marcos because he has Tyreek Hill.
And Patty.
Yeah,
And Patty.
but I'm more scared of. I don't know. I'm more scared of DK Metcalf and MT than I am of those two. So
yo, Ethan, outside looking in, yo, out of us four, who's your favorite team and who you think is taking this shit?
So far, Kenny. Kenny, if he could
Nah,
beat Chris, then I don't know who's
If-
really stopping Kenny.
if he could snap his 6-game losing streak,
I honestly,
he's gonna win.
If John beats me, I don't see nobody stopping John. If McCaffrey comes back, it's a wrap. Like y'all could just throw in the towels.
He just got hurt in practice, so I don't.
Yeah, he
I don't
did
know
just get
when he's
hurt.
coming
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, can somebody explain to me how this guy hurt his thigh on a bye week? Like, he's been out all season. And I was thinking to myself last night, I was like, oh, this is great. He's going to come back. He's going to be fresh for the playoffs. He's going to be totally healthy. There's going to be no reason for him not to be in. And he re-injured his shoulder, and then he hurt his thigh on a bye week. He didn't even travel with the team. Like, what was he doing? Like, dude, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, that has been the most frustrating part of this entire season is, like, McCaffrey finally coming back, hurting himself again, and then finding out this week that he hurt his thigh on a bye week. You gotta be kidding me.
No, don't worry. I just saw
his
the,
model girlfriend. That's why.
I just saw
See,
the
he's-
update of Julio Jones' hamstring. He's not practicing right now, so that's a big question
my
mark for me right now.
Yeah,
See,
so
it's
maybe
like
he'll
the
even it
injuries
out
for
for
you
us.
guys. It's literally just a little injuries. You have Julio that's hurt. You have CMC that's hurt. Kenny's team's pretty healthy. Chris' team is pretty healthy. Like, it all
Yeah, I
comes down
mean-
to injuries.
Today, the only news I got was MT. He was limited in practice because of the ankle injury, but they're saying like he's hopeful to play in Sunday's game. So let's see.
Damn.
We'll see.
We
We'll see.
shall.
Let me ask y'all a question. I know the playoffs is coming up, and then we have next season to talk about. Now, who do you think next season's number one pick is going to be?
Alvin
Like,
Kamara.
who's the number one pick out of the entire draft?
Alvin Kamara?
Alvin
Really?
Kamara.
Really?
Consistent. Yo, he's been mad consistent, and the problem is he's on Matt's team, so you haven't been paying attention to that team at all. But Alvin Kamara, think about it like this: Saquon Barkley's coming off of ACL, so God knows he's not going top 10, maybe debatable, depending on what the Giants are looking like.
I'm still going Dalvin Cook over him.
Yeah, I have Dalvin Cook as
Yeah.
well.
I don't know. It depends. It really depends on what the Vikings do this offseason. But if Alvin Kamara, if they can get right on that offense again with Michael Thomas healthy, that's going to be the person that everybody looks back and says, "Shit, this dude Dan was right."
Yeah.
See, but
Well,
here's the thing with Alvin Kamara. Now, the big question is Drew Brees coming back next year? Because after this injury, you don't know what's his thing. Because he only signed a 1-year contract for this season, so you never know if he's coming back. And if he doesn't come back, they're probably going to put Tyson Hill into that QB, the starting QB. And what does he do? He's a mobile quarterback. He runs the ball. The same thing that he does, the same thing Alvin Kamara does. He's just another weapon for Tyson Hill.
But you know who's on that bench? You never know. They might say, "Yo, fuck it, Jameis Winston, you ready? Throw him in."
Exactly. So it depends on Drew Brees, in my honest opinion.
All I know is whoever is the number 1 pick, John will be sending trades for him.
Oh, definitely, dude. I'm gonna try and trade low first, and I'll work my way up. So I'll start with my lowest bench player, and I'll work my way up until we can reach an agreement.
And then you got
so are we doing I've been talking to Chris about this a lot. Are we doing a dynasty league here then?
I was gonna ask
like,
that. Literally just gonna ask. I was gonna bring it up if you guys wanted a dynasty league, but the dynasty league with the NFL league is that you stay with your same players going into next year.
Yeah.
If we start a
Look
whole
at
new,
Ethan. Look at
if
Ethan.
we start a
Look at
whole
Ethan's
new
face.
season as a Destiny, yeah, man.
I mean, I would be down for the dynasty league, but just to start fresh for next year.
Nah, yeah, without a
Like
doubt.
not
Without a
this
doubt.
time. Like let's
Not
start
this time?
fresh.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
nah,
let's start
nah.
fresh. Let's start
We
doing.
would have to.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
We would
lie. I
have
don't
to
like
take
that
a-
idea. I want to keep Dalvin Cook and Christian McCaffrey and James Robinson.
You see, but that's the
I'm not
problem.
gonna
We're
lie.
not letting that slide.
No,
I don't like that idea.
no, not this season.
So, guys, less than a minute. Good luck in the playoffs. Hopefully, one of us will come out. Obviously, one of us has to come out, but
Watch
maybe.
it. Watch like Luke win. We're talking all this shit and like just someone we don't even expect just wins. Like
That's usually how fantasy works, though, and that's why everybody loves fantasy.
yeah, that's
You
true.
never know, bro.
Word.
Yo,
Never
You
know.
To everybody.
we're gonna be back next week. We'll be talking mad shit. If you guys want to join, just hit us up in the chat, and we'll be bringing everybody on.
Yes, sir.
Oh, if I lose, I'm still coming on just to talk shit with Chris. And if I win, I'm still gonna come on and just
Hey,
talk
just
shit.
Let this be on the record though. I am shook for this week. I am a little scared.
Even though I faced you last week, bro, you weren't shook last week.
I was shook last week too. Yo, did I not just pull out a win at the
You
end?
did say last week you were
Alright.
shook.
Yeah, you did
Bro.
say it. Yeah.
And I barely pulled a win too at the end. So
That's true.
But
All
guys, great
Good
talking
luck.
to y'all. Good luck.
Daniel, John, Chris, I'll text you.
all right, guys,
Good luck.
Later, fellas.
take it
Bye.
easy.